select record. There it is, officially recording. So thank you. I see some people trickling in, and we're definitely happy that you're here today. Welcome to the student COVID-19 Q&A session. This is your time. This is your half hour, I should say. And I just want you to know how much we appreciate you being here and getting ready for the fall semester, which begins in another week or so. So please make sure you reach out. If you still need any support, we are here to help you. No problem at all, whether it be virtual, and we'll talk about some potential in-person support that you can receive as well. So without further ado, I would like to bring to our student Q&A some folks that would like to greet you. And we'll go with our Vice President of Student Services, Mr. Marciano Perez, and he's going to just provide us a quick little update on what's going on in the world of student services here at San Diego City College, how you can get supported, and just some key insights. So welcome, Marciano Perez, Vice President of Student Services.
Welcome, everyone. Bienvenidos. Glad you're here. We're happy to have you all join us virtually for this campus ready student session as we prepare to welcome you back to campus in the start of a new semester. We wanted to be able to provide you all some updates and share information about all the new and exciting things that we're doing to really keep you and our campus safe during this transition back to campus. We know that this pandemic has been especially hard for a lot of folks, and we really wish that we were in a place where we could be fully open and welcome you all back into offices and see all of your faces on campus, but we're just not there yet. But that's not to say that we're not here ready to help you, to help guide you, and to provide services to you so that you can complete your educational journey here at San Diego City College, and that you have all the tools and resources at your disposal to help you on the path to success. So I want you to know that on the student services side, we will be providing some in-person services for students. We'll be launching some of those things as early as Monday, and we're going to be doing a lot of our in-person services by appointment only. It'll be important for you to visit our website to get information about the offices that you're trying to visit, to see what their offering is going to be for the upcoming week. It's going to vary by offices. I want you also to know that we're going to talk a little bit about the welcome tents that we're going to have on campus that will have some up-to-date information. So if you do happen to find yourself on campus, we ask you to stop by our welcome tent first to check in with them, and they'll be able to guide you to what offices are open, or how you can schedule an appointment, or how you can get a virtual appointment with someone. We're going to have some laptops available so that you can, if you need to make an appointment with an office, you'll be able to do that. But all that to say is that, your safety and the safety of our campus is of the utmost importance. We're going to do everything that we can to serve you, but we're also learning as we go, and things are changing. As you all know, the guidelines continue to change for the state of California, and we get guidelines or new guidance from the county every day. And so some of these things are going to continue to change, and we just ask for your patience as we continue to do that, and know that our team that is going to be in our welcome tents are going to be there to help guide you. So we want nothing but the best for you, and we want to make sure that you have your questions answered and that you're able to connect with the resources that you need. So welcome back to City. We want to see you in person when we can do that in a safe way. But in the meantime, please let us know what your questions are, what services you're looking for, and we'll try and connect you.
Thank you so much, Vice President Perez, for that amazing update, y'all. So lots of great support services that are going to be on campus, and we are here and we are ready to help you, whether it be virtually, in person. We definitely have some amazing modalities to help. I'll go ahead and drop some information in the chat as a first point of contact. If you need someone to call, if you need someone to connect with, we can definitely help you with that information as well. The next person I would love to bring up to the stage here at our student Q&A session is going to be our Vice President of Instruction. She's doing some amazing work to make sure that your classes are ready. All our professors are making sure that you have a great environment when you're learning, whether it be online, in a hybrid way, or even on campus. So I would like to welcome our Vice President of Instruction, Ms. Matilda Chavez. Welcome, Tilly, to the stage.
Hey, everyone. Thank you, Luke. Again, woo, woo, woo. Thanks, DJ Luke. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. And I'm trying to think of what kind of updates do I have to provide? Well, Luke just kind of provided a few of those, and I start to think about Vice President Perez and what he started to say about all the services that are available and what have you. And I think about, wow, I think it's important for students to know that faculty will be returning back to campus or back to work, I should say, next week. So if you've had some issues trying to get a hold of a faculty member, that's because they've been on summer break. They officially come back next week. So if you've been trying to reach out to one of them, please don't give up. Please give it a try. That doesn't mean they're going to be available in their offices per se. And we'll have protocols for those things in the future as well. But please reach out this week if you need some help with the deans, etc. At some point, Luke, you know, we had talked about a list of programs and people and who to address. I'm sure that we can maybe post that out there with our campus ready information so that people know which program I'm looking at and who should I follow up with. So I think that might be some information that we look to do as well to get that out there for you. We do have some different variety of classes. We have a limited amount of face-to-face classes this semester and some hybrid. Some of those are a combination. They might even be a hybrid where you turn around and half the class is zooming in, watching, and the other half is in person, maybe doing a dance class, maybe some kind of drama class. That's kind of different things we have going on. We also have our chemistry has put out some chemistry kits. We do have a limited amount of classes that are face-to-face, also coming in class with the chemistry. Those classes seem to go and sell very quickly. So get on the wait list if you need to. If we need to open more sections, we'll see what we can do. Same thing with our microbiology. They were able to get some microscopes for students. So maybe even work on an online environment. We also have our library is going to be limited opening this fall. And I think they have by appointment only at this point in time. But that can be open to in the future to possibly open it up a little bit more as needed. And I know that there's computers on that second floor. People need to use those. So maybe, you know, just go and check out what it is and I think it's on the website, but also if you happen to come by, there'll be some people available at different times and by appointment. I think Luke was saying school starts on the 23rd. But that's not the last day that you can sign up for classes. You can keep signing up every day. We have late start classes. We have classes that are 16 weeks, 14 weeks, 12 weeks, 10 weeks, 8 weeks. And if I'm not mistaken, we even have a couple 5-week classes. So there's all kinds of variety of classes that are available for you. They may not be at the right time and day for you, but we'll do the best we can to help you out with that. And those can be either online, totally synchronous, asynchronous. They could be like the hybrid format that I mentioned before. We're here for you. We're here to also maintain your safety. And I think that's the biggest update for me was still the faculty to let people know, hey, if I've been trying, you know, I'm going back to school too, and I've been trying to get a hold of a couple of my teachers and they haven't responded. And I kept thinking to myself, they're ignoring me. They're not wanting to pay attention. And then it occurred to me, they're probably on summer vacation. So what I'm saying to all of you, I need to take my own advice and quit emailing them every 5 minutes because they'll get it eventually. So yes, our faculty are back next week and welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vice President Chavez. We definitely appreciate the content insight. You definitely are right. August 23rd is when some of our classes kick off, but there's so many more throughout the entire fall semester that you can jump into. So don't fret, don't get down if you miss that 23rd date. You can absolutely still get into classes, no issue at all. All right, folks, let's keep this thing running. I would like to welcome Dr. John Parker. He is our Vice President of Administrative Services. I'm not going to even begin to attempt to what falls under that list, but essentially he's keeping us safe. His teams are taking care of our campus. And I would like to bring Dr. Parker up to the stage to talk to us a little bit about how our administrative services team is really supporting us and our campus community. So welcome, Dr. Parker, to the Student Q&A.
Great, thank you, Luke, and welcome students. Again, health and safety will be our #1 priority for those that will be returning to campus, as VC Chavez mentioned, VP Chavez, sorry, I gave you promotion there to it. Had mentioned for those face-to-face classes, we've been working. Lou gave me way too much credit. It's actually a team effort, concerted effort. Everyone on this panel, our facilities teams, our grounds teams, our custodial teams, our police department have been keeping the campus clean, sanitized, and safe all throughout COVID since last March. Never left the campus, and that's continuing now and will continue through the fall semester. We have actually invested, for those that are taking face-to-face classes, new equipment, foggers, technology for cleaning and sanitizing. And for those of you that will be online or in hybrid courses, we've invested a lot of money in additional technology and training to ensure an optimal learning experience. We have pallets of PPE equipment here on campus. For those who will be on campus, we have installed plexiglass or sneeze guards at our high traffic student service areas to protect both employees and students. We've invested in hand-free, we have the air dryers, we have hand-free paper towel dispensers in our restroom. We'll increase our cleaning and sanitizing in high touch and common areas and welcome centers throughout the campus. For the fall semester, we will be offering limited food service, grab and go meals. We will also have vending services and coffee services. And from what I understand, we'll be able to order food on an app or online for pickup for the grab and go meals. More details to come on that, but please check out our reopen plan on our website under COVID updates, as this form or this plan is updated on a regular basis. We're excited to welcome you again to the fall semester, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parker. And you know, I'm a little excited. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little excited about this grab and go lunch. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I wake up and it's a little too quick to wake up. You know what I mean? So having that grab and go lunch, it would definitely be amazing. I don't know if my wife will be happy about that, but we'll go ahead and say it. We'll go together. But that's amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Parker, for those updates. I next want to throw it to an amazing professional on campus, leading the charge with our mental health, student health, along with Dottie, some amazing support programs coming out for students in the area. You know, we have a lot going on right now, y'all, and just getting to campus, you know, dealing with everything could be a little much sometimes. So we wanted to feature what's happening on campus that we can help you to ensure that you're good, not only inside the classroom, but outside the classroom. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Leslie, and she's going to provide some amazing insight of how her office and her whole area can support you. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you so much, Sir Luke. So my name is Leslie. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the director of the Mental Health Counseling Center and the co-chair of the Student Health Center. And I'm really happy to be here today to kind of give you an update. And as you probably have noticed, these updates are important because things do continually change. So really excited to let you know that we will be back on campus in the Student Health Center on Mondays and Thursdays. I am going to read what the director of the Student Health Clinic said as far as offering services for the time being, knowing that as the district dictates and as the virus dictates, we'll be able to offer more and more services. Currently, they are offering telehealth appointments with a gradual return to in-person as dictated by the virus's evolution and the district mandates. And that the best way to learn what we're going to be able to offer, frankly, is going to be to go to our website, which we keep updated at least weekly and sometimes more often than that. So wanting to be sure that you know that telehealth is available, is a full range of services that are available. And on the mental health side, we continue to offer telehealth appointments, telemental health. And it's very easy to request appointments. You can do that online. You can email us directly, or you can also give us a call. That includes individuals, couples, family counseling, as long as one student is enrolled, and that's really a benefit. And we'll be doing a lot of workshops on ways to manage different challenges that may be presenting themselves to you as you return to campus. And I do want to just give you a little heads up that we are offering that I know of right now, and I don't know the days and times, but I really want to encourage you as you return to campus to return to community. And part of that is being connected to other students in a way that's more social. And so we're offering a handful of groups, two of our most popular and probably most needed as we navigate the anxieties of returning to campus and to society and the kind of new normal, is a mindfulness group and a self-compassion group. And so I want you all to be on the lookout for that. We send out that information to your instructors, but particularly if you're on campus, we will be able to hang some flyers again, so you can actually visually see what we're doing. We're also going to offer a group for first generation refugees, or I should say first generation students, refugee students. And we're going to be offering a safe space for a group to support anti-racism and anti-racism kind of sentiments. So those are the ones that I know for sure that we're doing. We are also working directly with athletics. I know that the health clinic is working directly with athletics to support their being able to continue in the sports that they're doing. So really excited to be back. Definitely looking forward. Oh, I did forget one thing that I think is going to be really important, which is one of the challenges some students have faced since we've been studying from home and not able to be on campus is good access to internet or privacy. Many people are living in homes where there are a lot of people, and it's very hard to do a health appointment or a mental health appointment when maybe your whole family is in the living room behind you. So one of the things we will be offering on campus on Mondays and Thursdays are dedicated Zoom rooms, where if you have an appointment, you can come into the center, go into the Zoom room. And it may be that your counselor is 35 feet away in a different office, but in an effort to protect both sides, the student and the employee, we're going to offer those Zoom rooms for those students that may have difficulty accessing privacy or good internet connections in their communities. So I think it's a pretty big overview. I don't want to take up too much time. Please check our website. We update it with the groups. We update it with our day-to-day ability to expand our services. And we're really want to emphasize that taking care of your health and your mental health really will help you to be successful as a student. So Luke and team, thank you for giving me an opportunity to be here and to represent both sides of the Student Health Center.
I definitely appreciate this information so much. I think so much we get caught up in getting started or life in general that we kind of forget to stop and take care of ourselves. And it's almost like a way for us to ensure that we're going to be good throughout this entire year and semester. And we know it's been an up and down time, and you know, we're hoping that you know, these support services, and I have the utmost faith in Leslie and her team that they're going to be able to support y'all. So please reach out to Leslie's team, and they would love to connect with you and be part of that community, because even though we're in this environment, you could still be a community. So definitely good. Y'all, we want, unless any panelists have any other comments, did we want to provide any more updates? Anyone, any of the panelists, or else we can get to questions? Anyone? Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and transition over to questions. We have some good ones. We do have some updates on what we're going to do. So one of the first questions that we've gotten is, when am I able to meet with the counselor? Now, that is an absolute great question. We've actually been holding some counseling sessions in some of our special sessions. However, I just spoke to our counseling chair for our general counseling office, and she recommended, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat for everyone, for students to complete the new student educational planning session. Now, the new student educational planning session is a session that we would like all new students to go through, because it's going to provide the insights and really how to select classes. Now, the key thing that you all want is, how do I see a counselor, right? So at the end of this workshop right here, you will have the opportunity to sign up for a group session where you can get your questions answered directly from a counselor. So if you are having trouble scheduling either the 30-minute or the 15-minute counseling session, I would highly recommend completing the new student educational planning session. And at the very last page, when you complete it, you will have the opportunity to sign up for a group session that will happen live with the counselor. So I know they have 3 sessions coming up, y'all. So please make sure, if you still need to see a counselor to get those insights of what courses to take, I highly recommend, especially because our department chair recommended it, to sign up for this new student group counseling session. That way you can get those insights from a counselor. Any other comments on that? Any panelists? We're good to go. All right, let's move on to the next question. I think this is a fantastic question. Will the library, Veterans Lounge, gym be open for students? Will the library, Veteran Lounge, gym be open for students? I know we kind of touched on library. Vice President Chavez, you want to touch on that?
I'll come back to library as well. They are doing appointments right now. So people can use the library just by appointment basis. And I think it's not limited to only a certain days. I think they're pretty much there every day. But appointments needed for that. As far as the gym is concerned, right now, the gym is not open to the outside. It's really just open to students that are taking classes that happen to be in the gym or through our athletics department. So right now, not to the outside. So, but more to come, maybe after the semester. I'll kind of throw that back to Dr. Parker as well. Maybe spring, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I agree, Tilly, perhaps spring, but not for fall as of today.
And veterans, I don't know.
We can probably put that question in to see what we can do to get that question answered for next week. So please tune in next week. That's a great plug. And if you are live with us today, please make sure if you have a question, please drop it in the chat. And if you drop it in the chat live, we can do our best to get your question answered from our panelists here in the room. So if you want to ask a live question, please feel free to put it in the chat and we can definitely get that answered for you. A couple more student questions that were sent in previously via our student Q&A Google form. So if you haven't filled it out, make sure you do. Get your question in if you want to think about it and submit it later. It is in the email that you received to be in the session. One great session. If I'm learning English, can I receive support or maybe another program? Now that is a great question. And what I can do is I would highly recommend our ELAC program, which is our English Language Acquisition Program. And it is an amazing program for our San Diego City College students. I don't know if anyone else wants to comment on it, but I can definitely put their link in there. And then we actually have a special kind of placement assistant for students to see if that's something you really want to dive into. And we have some amazing faculty in that program is Professor Jen Boots. She does a fantastic job for the students in our ELAC program. So that is one program I would highly recommend. And I can actually go ahead and drop that in the chat for you as well. All right, let's move on to our next question. I think this is one that a lot of folks would probably want to know, and I think we might have heard it previously. Will the bookstore be open? Will the bookstore be open? Anyone want to take that one?
Yeah, so I can share with you that the bookstore, they are still working remotely, but there is an option that when you order books, you can sign up to come to the bookstore to pick up your books. So you would still go through an online process to order your books, but then they have designated days and hours where you can stop by campus and actually pick them up. So the short answer is that yes, they are open to being able to give you the books, but not necessarily open where you can walk in and kind of walk around. But they are there. They've been there. They've been one of the offices, as Dr. Parker mentioned earlier, that have never left. They've been on campus ever since this thing started, and have continued to serve students in a remote way and have helped to make sure that all of our students still have access to books and other supplies that they need.
Thank you so much, Vice President Perez, for that. Yeah, definitely the bookstore has been here. Some great information that they're in support that they're honestly offering to students. So all you got to do sometimes is purchase the book online. We can figure out how to get it to you. So lots of options there. I did get one question I wanted to get responded to. How can I get access to the previous classes I've taken so they don't appear for those classes while I'm trying to add new classes? So real quick on that, I would recommend calling the City Virtual Welcome Center, and we will actually have an outreach ambassador or peer mentor that can actually guide you through that process and not just tell you, but we can actually show you. So if you wanted to jump into a Zoom with us, we can help you one-on-one. And I'm going to go ahead and provide that link to you inside the chat. And that way you can go ahead and reach out to us. And then that way they can support you. So the Virtual Welcome Center would be a great place to get any of your questions answered. If it's just like, how do I do this? Or where is this? Or who can help me with this? City Virtual Welcome Center is a great first step for you to get any of your questions, any of your concerns, and any insights you want about the campus. Virtual Welcome Center could do some amazing things for you. So I just went ahead and dropped that in the chat for you. Feel free to access that. This is actually a really cool question, and I'll kind of pose it to the group. what precautions for classes will we be taking for our students on campus? What precautions will we be taking for in-campus students? Would anyone like to take that?
So I'll try a little bit. So for any face-to-face classes, and that includes even a hybrid class, students, students have to go through a vaccination clearance, or a clearance paperwork, I should say. And on that clearance is whether you've been vaccinated or not, had received an exemption, and then that paperwork is submitted through the system. That's one piece of it. I do know there might be some other changes added to that, and I think students were just notified, right, VP Perez? They were just notified about some of those changes coming. If you're unvaccinated, that there'll be some testing involved as well, weekly. So that's a second precaution. A third is we're all required while indoors and in classes to be wearing masks. The faculty, the students, all of us, we wear a mask while we're with others and we're in our classrooms. So I think those are some pretty good precautions. We also have hand sanitizer stations, I think, throughout the campus. In the classrooms, there's also masks. My request was that there's a box of masks in the classrooms available for those students that maybe came prepared. And as I walked in from the parking lot, I dropped it along the way. It happens. I've been one of those individuals that, I now carry several with me, but you never know. And it's nice to know that there's something there for me. I walk in, I can use the mask, and I'll be asked to wear that. I think Dr. Parker had already addressed the cleaning aspects of our campus. There's a great deal of cleanliness happening, anywhere from foggers to daily cleaning, etc. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that. I don't know if anyone else wants to address anything with that question, but that's what I have.
Anyone else, folks? Anyone else? I think we're probably good. All right. So a couple more quick questions. I know we're about at the end of time, but I think a couple good questions if we can. How can I participate in athletics? Do I need any requirements? Would anyone like to take that one? How do I participate in athletics?
So, you know what? We'll have Dean Deddy come back next week to answer that one a little bit better. Because I don't want to just say, yeah, do this. And then he says, Tilly, no, that's not the way it works. So I'm going to pose that one for next week if I can ask Dean Deddy to come back.
Absolutely. Yeah. So athletics, we can definitely get that answer. We'll bring back Dean Deddy. That provides some great insight. Here's an interesting question. In what buildings are exams and labs going to be taking place?
Well, great answer is it depends. Depends on the class. So if you're taking a chemistry, a biology, science class, it's going to be in the science building. If you're taking an exam, a class that maybe has an exam on there, we are actually piloting a proctoring center this fall semester, and only so many sections have been identified for that. So it's only like 20 sections that are being identified for that. And that would take place in a specific area. It's currently going to be in the BT building, but that would be that place. Now, if you're having a test within a class that's face-to-face, wherever that class is noted on the schedule, and Genevieve, I'm going to bounce to you for real quick because you kind of know where they are located. Where are the classes being held right now?
Yeah, so the majority, so what we did was for planning for in-person and fall is we tried to keep all the, all of the classes that were going to be in person kind of in the same building. So that way, we're also kind of limiting the number of people going from space to space, right? So also a way for us to try and make sure that we're keeping each other healthy and safe, right? So limiting the cross, as much cross contamination and cross walking as we can, right? So that being said, depending on the class that you're taking, it's either going to be mainly, we have a bunch that are being held in the AH building. We have a few in our BT building. The civil theater is being used right now for our theater classes. We have a few courses that are in the MS building. And then our nursing, Cosmo, and photography are still located in the V, and there's some in-person classes within those areas. but also our S building and our T building. So the S building is mainly where the sciences will be, and then the T building for some of our other courses. So we've really tried to, condense or limit the number of buildings that we're in to also help with the cleaning aspect with our facilities crew. They do an amazing job, but we don't want them running all over the place, just for one class. So trying to keep everyone kind of all in the same spot. But it's really important for you to make sure that you're looking at your class schedule, because that will tell you exactly where your classroom is, what room, what building. And if you're in a partially online or a hybrid course and there's a on-campus aspect, it'll tell you where to go for that in-person on-campus aspect as well. So I don't know if that helped.
Definitely some great insight there. Thank you so much, Dean Esquera. All right, y'all, we're about our end of our time. We'll go ahead and ask you if there's any last minute questions you want. Please go ahead and drop it in the chat. All evening classes will be offered in the TNS building. That's great insight. Thank you, Vice President Chavez. So if y'all have any more questions, we'll leave it open for another minute or so, 30 seconds. If you want to get them into our panelists, please do so. If not, I'm going to go ahead and drop in the chat. You can always submit your question at a later time. And I know sometimes I like to sit with my questions and think about it, write it out a couple times. But if you would like to do that, that is a direct link to our Google form, and you're more than welcome to submit that. And then we'll actually read them just like we did today next week. And we will be here at the same time, same day, Friday, 12:30, and we'll be back to get your questions answered. And I don't see any more questions in the chat unless I'm missing one. Anyone? Think we're good. All right. Well, thank you all again for attending our student Q&A campus ready session. It's definitely an honor. We will be emailing this out to everybody with this content so everyone can get it. So if you're here live, thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching this at a later time, sorry we didn't see you, but we're definitely glad that you actually took the time to watch it. So have a tremendous rest of your day. And depending what day of the week it is, I'm sure you can see the weekend in the future, in the near distance. So have an amazing one. Take care. And thank you so much. And again, as always, welcome to the City family. You made the best decision to be here. Take care, everyone. Be safe.